Electric Adventures here with my monthly update for June 2014. Already halfway through the year, time flies when you're having fun. Had a quite busy month work-wise. Been very tired, been working lots of extra hours, but good thing this last weekend for those of you who know the situation. Did my big release. It took 12 hours and pretty much slept for X number of hours afterwards, and it went in, thank God. So my life, although I'm sure my work will still be busy, won't be anything compared to what it's been in the last month or so. So anyway, don't normally chuck that in at the start anyway. Let's do my other pickups for the month. So these are the items that I'm not necessarily going to do a gameplay for, because they're either modern or they're not an item you can do a gameplay, or I just don't feel I'm going to, or I've got technical limitations or something like that. Now I have been, now my good friend Lactobacillus Prime, or Mark Vigia, was holding up some games that he picked up, and one of those was Dead Space for the PS3, and I went, I'm sure I bought a copy of that a long time ago, and I was right. And I actually got some free time one night and started playing it. It was probably only a night or two after he held it up. Now I hadn't played it for that time because I do have 4 kids, and you know, getting the available time to play a game of MA 15 plus rating or whatever they're rated, can be a little difficult, so it sort of restricts the times as well. Plus it's a good game to play with a bit of volume and stuff like that. But my girls, they all do dancing and stuff like that, and they've been a lot of out a bit lately, so I've been really busy at work, but I've actually had some time on the console. So I started playing Dead Space, and I managed to get about halfway through it and I'm really enjoying it. So when I was out shopping one day, I looked through the special bin, and they were having a lot of end of financial year sales, and lo and behold, I found the second one, which I may or may not play immediately afterwards. As you can see, it's a pre-owned copy there. I've taken all the stickers off it. Actually, they had quite a few stickers on them. I've taken one off the front. I've got a second title as well when I say they. Other than that, it's in pretty decent condition and everything like that, so I actually really enjoyed the first game, yeah, regret it sitting on my shelf for probably 3 years before I played it, so I'll be looking forward to the second one when I get to that one. At the same time, in the special bin, and yes, it was a buy two sort of offer. Now this one, the cover is a little bit more, it's had so many stickers on it, I don't know, but this one appealed because I have been on a bit of a racing game kick lately. And Mark also sent me another one in the series. So this is Ridge Racer 7. As I said, it's got heaps and heaps of stickers all over it, but these weren't much money. I think they ended up being, I can't remember, whether 10 or 9 or something each in the end with the buy two offer. Everything inside's pretty good, so another racing game to have a bit of a go at. Racing games are good for just a quick go. I never finish the campaign mode on them because I just don't have the time to put into them. Now, another thing, I actually went to our tip shop with one of my daughters just to have a bit of a look, because she wanted to have a look at the books, and they actually had some video games. Now, I didn't actually have any money on me at the time, and I saw this this first video game I'm about to hold up. And I went, oh, well, that's worthwhile me going back when I've got some money in my wallet to have another look. And I found a second one when I went back. So the first one, and it's for the original Xbox, which I don't necessarily pick titles up for. Now, they also had copies of Halo and Halo 2, but they're as common as mud, and these copies, the discs were scratched and stuff like that. So it probably wasn't, I mean, even though they're only a couple of dollars each, I probably could have got them and sold them on eBay. I made some money, but scratch discs and things like that, I didn't think it was worth it. Now this one I do have on the PS2, but I really do like the series, so I thought I'd grab it. It's Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance, and it's actually in really good condition. There's nothing wrong with the manual, there are no scratches on the disc whatsoever. So now these are games that I haven't actually played, because my original Metal Gear Solid that my wife got me for my birthday for my PS1, or many years ago, got stolen along with my PS1 at the very Christmas when I got it, so I never got around to playing it. I've bought the other games as they've come out for the PS2 and the PS3, but I've other than starting the first game when I finally got hold of a copy of it, you have to be really observant to see it on over that shoulder up there on my shelf there. I haven't had enough time to put into it to play them, but so it's a series that I really like, and you know, for a couple of dollars, that was worth grabbing and chucking in the original Xbox. And when I looked a little bit closer, I found another PS2 title that I've actually wanted, because it's the first in the Midway Arcade Treasures, and it's got some really good games on it, like Defender and Gauntlet and Joust, and they're really good versions. I mean, there's quite a few games on here. So you've got Spy Hunter, Defender, Defender 2, Bubbles, Joust, Joust 2, Sinistar, which I've never actually played on an arcade game, and I have had a quick go at it. Splat, Clacks, Root Beer Tappers, Road Blasters, Robotron 2084, which I've also never played in the flesh on a real machine. Vindicators, Satan's Hollow, Smash TV, Marble Madness, Paperboy, Gauntlet, Rampart, Super Sprint, Rampage, Blaster, Tubin, and 720. So, massive heap of games. I of course have loaded it onto the hard drive of my PS2, and it loaded fine. It's all in really good condition, and a couple of dollars at the tip shop, which is how things should be, rather than our cash converters that would probably have that for 20 bucks, and I wouldn't buy it. And occasionally they have some sales and they get down to reasonable prices, but most of the time they're that price, and they even have their sports games at that price too. Now the last for the games, and basically one of my other daughters got a gift voucher for their birthday for one of the electronic stores, but she wanted to buy books, so I gave her the money for the gift voucher and then used the gift voucher to go and get Mario Kart 8. Now, I've only had it probably about a week, and I've plugged it in and I've played the first Mushroom Cup, but I haven't played online with anybody or actually had a multiplayer game with anybody else in the family. I'm hoping once my girls' dancer Steffords are done and dusted and they're in the rest of their school holidays, be able to have a game with one of the girls, and otherwise, yeah, it depends on time zones. I seem to be in a bit of a funny time zone, and it's hard to catch other people online when I can get access to the Wii U. But you can use the pad while other people are using the TV, so you never know, we might be able to work something out. Now also another item, it's related to, for some reason this month I started thinking about my Atari Lynx that I have had since they were released, and mainly because I was tidying up. The really observant of you will notice, well, I'm sitting in front of most of my changes. I've rearranged the MSX shelves there, and I rearranged some of the other shelves, and I can't find my actual cartridge of Gauntlet for my Lynx anywhere. So I went searching on eBay to see if I could get a loose copy of Gauntlet. Well, I didn't get a loose copy of Gauntlet. I ended up buying this because it was cheap, and I got a a low bid auction on it, and I just thought it'd be nice to add to the Lynx stuff. So it's like a carry pouch for your Lynx. Just that I thought, felt like playing my Lynx again. And I did end up picking up some games, but I will do a separate pickup video of those. I need to film the gameplays of it, but it's quite a nice little pouch. Now, I never had one for my Lynx, and you can put a couple of games in there. Obviously no room for the power supply, although they show an adapter cable there. Well, that's the link cable, isn't it? Yes, you put the link cable in there. You really can't use a Lynx unless you've got it plugged into the mains, but that's okay. I just thought that was a nice little extra. And I'm actually forgetting about a couple of things. They're sitting on the floor here. Now, the tip shop was actually selling out their videotapes, and I had my youngest daughter with me, and she picked out a couple of movies, and I found these these first two, particular interest to myself, and this is that they were all marked $1. So I was getting 2 videos for $1, and I thought, oh, that's fine. And if I decided I didn't like them, my cousin, who's really much into Battlestar Galactica, would. So they are the volume 1 and 2 of the Battlestar Galactica TV series. I mean, my cousin more than likely has these, but I actually don't have any Battlestar Galactica episodes on DVD or anything like that. And I really do like the original series, and I like the modern one as well. And I thought they'd be nice, and they're in good condition and everything like that. And my daughter picked out 2 videos that she'd like to watch. We went up to the counter and they said, oh, we're having a sale, and all the videotapes are actually 5 for $1, and we only had 4. So I went back and I was trying to get my daughter to pick out one more video that she wanted, and she couldn't find one. And then I decided, well, I might as well get these and give them a go. And it's basically Robotech, volumes 1 to 6. So here's some of the covers. There's 6. Because obviously this increased it to 10 videotapes, which we got for $2, which was less than we're intending on spending in the first place. And I used to watch these on TV back in the day. I mean, I also used to watch Star Blazers as well. I do have a torrent downloaded copy of Star Blazers, which I've rewatched the first episode of, but haven't got any further. Now, the only working videotape player at the moment is in my youngest daughter's room, so I'm not sure when I was going to be able to watch these. I do have a second video recorder, but it needs its heads cleaning, so I need to work on that. I basically put an old tape in it, and the tape delaminated and messed up the heads. And also for 50 cents I got all these videotape cases, and these are specifically for homebrews, so for publishing my prototypes in. Now, not all of these are in perfect condition, but the whole bundle was all sticky taped together, so I have to get all of them for 50 cents, so there might be a couple there I need to chuck away. So, I believe they are all of the other pickups for the month, so not a bad month. I actually normally don't have that much other stuff, and really there's the, obviously bit of money in Mario Kart 8 being a modern game, but there's the rest of it. I think you could probably add up to a bit over $20 and you're done, so lots of entertainment there. The PS2 games are already on my hard drive ready to play, so excellent month for pickups. Now, I thought, because I've been so busy, I haven't been able to do any video responses directly, and there's been, quite a popular one going around originally asked by Herbieass007, his 10 questions, and I thought I'd give them a go. So the first question is, who is your default Mario Kart character? Now, I haven't actually played Mario Kart for ages, but as soon as I started playing the new Mario Kart, I immediately went and selected Donkey Kong. And I'm a bit of a Donkey Kong fan, and that probably comes... I mean, the only Mario Kart I've really played to any length is the Nintendo 64 one. And, they're the days when I was playing Donkey Kong 64 and everything like that. So, there you go. Donkey Kong. What is the worst game you've put the most hours into? Dare I say, Candy Crush. Yes, I played Candy Crush for a while. And it's actually mainly because my wife was playing it. And that tends to happen. So there's that other game, 2048, that was in vogue a few weeks ago. That's gone again already. I haven't been seduced by the farm management game that she also plays. That seems to be her thing that she goes back to all the time. And I think I got to, like level 68 in Candy Crush, which is nothing compared... She's been all the way to the top of the tree and then she finally got sick of it. I can't believe that she managed to get past all those things. But the whole idea of those games is you can only have so many turns, and then you've got to wait till you get some free lives from somebody else, or if you're silly enough, you pay money. So, next, what is your biggest hobby outside of gaming? that's a bit of a hard one. Now, I used to be into model kit making quite a bit, but ever since we started having kids, that's sort of been on the sideline. I actually do have quite a few model kits. I also, around the same time, used to be into electronics and making electronic kits. So I should be able to fix more systems than I do, but it is a time thing. And just being playing organised. I also used to collect cards, specifically art cards, and also I believe I mentioned I've got a fairly good set of Magic cards, and I do enjoy playing Magic, and I do enjoy playing tabletop games. I just haven't had the opportunity to play them for a while. I do have a group of friends locally, but I haven't managed to get myself along to one of their regular organised games, and they play, I'm stretching for imp, Flames of War, that's it, they play Flames of War, which wasn't a game I played back, but I've played a few games and enjoyed it, so I do enjoy tabletop gaming. There you go. Do you tone down your accent for YouTube? Well, I don't think I've got a particularly strong Australian accent. Some people say I have an unusual accent, but maybe that comes from living at the bottom of the world. So no, I don't change it for the camera. I just speak how I speak. I am naturally a mimic though, so it's interesting that my accent will change when I'm talking to somebody who has a different accent. An interesting fact that the good people of YouTube don't know about you. Couple of different things. Well, I mean, most people know that I'm a programmer in real life and a developer and a homebrew programmer, so most people on YouTube know that. It makes a little... just trying to think of something else. Well, I used to own my own sci-fi and fantasy store. I worked at a video game store and game store for such a long time and thought that was going to be my career until my father suggested that I go and get a proper job, and that's how I, started properly taking advantage of my knowledge of computers and things like that. But at one stage, I was working for what was then called Telecom and it's now called Telstra, and they decided to close down our entire branch, so I became redundant, and then I opened my own science fiction and fantasy store, and I ran that for a good 5 years and enjoyed it. So there we go. I used to be a store owner, and in that store I had I had Laserdisc video games, a bit of a mini games workshop, lots and lots of books. It was at least 1/3 bookstore. We used to do tabletop gaming upstairs, and I even had a little mini arcade at the back of the store, in which we had a Street Fighter machine, and God, there were 2 more machines. I can't remember which ones there were, but we also had a pair of the stand-up virtual reality machines. And actually they, in the end, was why I had to shut the store. Plus, I overextended myself at the time. Plus, my first daughter was born, and I looked at it and basically said, I can't, raise a daughter and only earn, take home. I mean, the store was turning over a lot of money, and I was employing lots of other staff, but I actually didn't pay myself anything. And the best I could see getting out of the store was maybe $20,000 a year, and for all that work, and we were pretty much opening 7 days a week, and they're just, good turnover. Had a competitor open 100 metres away with lots more money than me, and small town. It just didn't work out. So I decided that I needed to go back to a real job. So I got back into the computer industry again. So there you go. That one ended up in a bit of a ramble. If money wasn't an issue, would you collect everything? Now, it would be tempting to collect everything, but I really, really hate it and sometimes I do slip off on this, on getting too many games at a time and then not being able to fully appreciate them. It actually lessens the feeling I have towards that system. So I'll give you an example. I really like the PC Engine. I got into it a big way, and at one stage I got completely and utterly carried away. I also got very lucky on the auction sites, and I got, I think, 30 to 40 titles in one hit, all for only a couple of dollars each. So the whole thing didn't cost me very much. But I got this whole heap of titles, and I was barely able to put together the gameplays that I make sure that this is the one reason why I make sure that I make a gameplay of every single game that I receive. Otherwise, they just go on the shelf, and I don't play them, and I don't have that attachment to them. It's actually the same with about a third of my Master System collection, because some of those were bought in bundles. And before I started doing the pick up and play videos, it's just a really important thing for me that I feel that I have to play every single game and get an appreciation for it. Now, play doesn't necessarily mean play to completion, and I am a bit of a completionist. That's why I've got such a big backlog on the PS3 and the Xbox and things like that. I stick with one game, even if I get stuck on it for ages. I still feel like I have to complete it and get the most value out of it before moving on to the next game. I am slightly kinder to myself. I will actually give up on the game eventually. So, good example. I'm behind on my playing my Vita games because I've been playing. Why is the name? A Dragon's Crown on the Vita, and I've actually finished the. Basically, you beat the first dragon, but there's actually, you can go through it 2 more times afterwards. Now, it's come up and all the end credits have come up, but you've still got those other 2. Is that finished? Not really. I haven't got the full, but I have completed the story. So finally, I felt I could move on to another game. So I started Years on the Vita, which is a game that I wanted to play for ages, and I got as soon as it came out, but I've only just got up to it now. So I only started playing that last night, actually, and I'm enjoying it so far. So, would I collect everything? No. I probably, if money wasn't an issue, I'd probably maybe get more of like non-video game stuff, actually. Do you consider yourself to be a collector or a gamer? I'm going to say neither. I'm a programmer. The thing that I enjoy the most is actually writing programs, and most especially writing games. So if I have a choice of the 3, that's what I would do out of those 3. Now, as far as collector gamer, I don't get a lot of time for gaming. I enjoy gaming. I can get really immersed in a particular game at a particular time, but I get so busy that I suppose at the moment I am slightly more a collector than a gamer, because I don't finish a whole lot of games. I do play, and I do sort of have a regular gaming session a week in my retro area here, and the odd hours or 2 in the modern stuff. So at the moment I would say I would be more a collector, but I'm neither all one or all the other. Will you encourage your kids to game? Well, I haven't actually really needed to encourage them. I suppose they see that I play games and like games, and there's games all over the house. So they all do to different extents. So I've got 4 girls. They've all got completely different tastes. My biggest gamer daughter is currently number 2, and she's the one I call the Zelda obsessed one, and also Lego. So most of the Lego games, I've always played the Lego games and quite liked them. But pretty much every Lego game she wants as soon as possible, and she has to play it first. So even the Lego Hobbit, which was bought for me for my birthday, she managed to play and finish half the game before I even started it. And Lego Marvel Superheroes, I haven't actually been near that one because she got to that one first. And I was actually thinking maybe I'll have to get it on the Vita if I want to have a chance to play it. Not that I'm not 100% sure the Vita versions are exactly the same as the console versions, though. So, but I did play Lego Lord of the Rings on the Vita, but we do have it on the PS3. So, the eldest one plays mainly. She likes Sims games and those sort of things. Number 3, bit more of a variety of thing, but she's actually been into first-person shooters, but that was only for a short period of time. Then she stopped again, so not sure about her. And she did have a PS2 in her room for quite a period of time, but it was ceremoniously handed back to me about a month and a half ago when she cleaned her room up last. So she, so she's not a big gamer. And then we have my littlest one. She loves playing games, you know, she's played a lot of the Lego games. We actually bought her the Lego Movie game, and plays it by us. She's actually played the story all the way through, with and without other players joining in, and loves it. And she plays games on the computer a fair bit as well, so smart little cookie, that one. Okay, will you be making YouTube videos in 5 years' time? I mean, I've been on YouTube a bit over 3 years now, and I do enjoy the social interaction, and you know, communicating with other YouTubers, watching their videos, making my videos, and getting comments and responses. I enjoy doing it, and it's become part of my social structure, I suppose. So I will continue doing it as long as I continue to be interested in it. Now, 5 years is a long time. I can't, you know, I have high hopes that I will. So, yeah, pretty good. Now, 10, there's a good one. Shout out 3 YouTubers you enjoy watching. Now, I have selected 3 YouTubers here. They're all lower subscribers. The first 2 have quite low subscribers, and the next one has a bit higher. And they're not ones that I've shouted out recently, so I thought I'd give them a shout out over other ones. So obviously there's lots of I am currently subscribed to 723 people, I believe. I can't watch all of those videos. I have a more filtered list of ones that I watch all the time, and these 3 people have joined that list, so that shows the quality of them. I do try and check into other people's videos when I can. So yeah, lots to choose from, and yeah, these are the ones I've picked on this occasion. So the first one is the Highlander. He's only been on YouTube for a short space of time. He actually lives near Mark Virginia, or Lactobacillus prime, and you know, he's joined the YouTube community and has a lot of interesting things to say. He has a very interesting cupboard with all sorts of Commodore 64 and other mysteries, and he's been going out and actually doing some out to some thrift stores and some markets in the Netherlands, which is you know, something that even Mark in the Netherlands wasn't aware of until the Highlander brought it up. And he's a nice sounding guy, and yeah, he posts comments, and his videos are entertaining to watch. So, and he's only got 106 subscribers. Well, when I looked this up, he did, and he needs some more. Go and check his channel out. There'll be a link down below. Now, the next one, I believe he's a developer. I don't know whether it's game or just applications developer, but he's also got absolutely wickedly awesome Commodore 64 game collection. He's very focused, which I wish I could be more of. He's only got 69 subscribers, and he does gameplays and shows his pickups, and as I said, if you like Commodore 64 stuff, and especially retro computer stuff and tapes and everything like that, he really does have an absolutely wicked software collection for the Commodore 64, and his name is Hellfire64. He's only got 69 subscribers. He definitely deserves more. So if you're interested in that, go check out his link down below. I highly recommend him. So the next one's got, you know, a fair few more subscribers than that. His name is Dave Webster. He's also another developer. He's been mucking around a bit of stuff on the Dreamcast. He has similar tastes in games to myself. Does quite good waffles, as he calls them, and is into shoot 'em ups as well. So a channel that definitely caters to my own tastes, and a nice guy. He's in the UK, by the way. I didn't actually mention. Sorry, the Hellfire 64 guys is from Australia. So yeah, Dave Webster. He's got about a bit over 600 subs. I didn't write down the exact number because obviously he's got a fair few more subs. Definitely worthwhile checking out. And there you go. Great 10 questions. I was thinking about answering another set of questions from some other YouTubers, but this video would probably get too long, and it's already probably long enough. So a little bit more before we close off this video. I have to include some homebrew stuff in there. Now I released the very first episode of my Retro Homebrew Community News a bit over a week ago. I do intend on doing them approximately about every 2 weeks. We've got a very good reception. I'm going to get my daughter to try and do me some extra bits to have a new intro sequence or title for that. My oldest daughter's doing quite well graphic design wise, so she's progressed on from these covers that she did, sort of like the beta covers for my re-releasing some of my older titles, and she's actually going to do a new set of those, so her style has developed and her tool set, so I'm going to utilise that. Yeah, so that was really well received, so I'm going to continue doing those. I haven't actually quite selected the next system I'm going to do. Probably won't do Coleco next. I was thinking of hunting out some of the other systems and doing a bit of a roundup. Just want to find any homebrews that are currently at the pre-order stage, just to spread the news so people can go and find them and check them out if they're interested. So a little bit on my homebrew development. Obviously I have been putting in an extreme amount of hours at my normal work. This has left me very tired, and normally I do my homebrew development at night, and I just haven't been able to concentrate. I have been trying to, for the ColecoVision conversions, write what's called a VGM player. One of the number one things with writing new games for the Coleco, or even converting MSX titles, if you're not going to use the Super Game module, is that there's no easy way to transfer the music because it has a different sound chip. Now I have some C source code for a VGM player. Now VGM is a great sound format because it has the notes and the instruments stored in a compressed form in the file. And because the other limitations are a standard Coleco cartridge can only be 32K ROM size, and you've only got 1K of RAM for your workspace. And most of these players, like a direct VGM player from the Sega Master System, which has the same sound chip, takes an awful lot of RAM. That's no good. So, and also none of the the instruments are compressed and everything like that. So that was like a PGM. Sorry, that's a PGM player, not a VGM player. And another developer has released a VGM compressor and the player in C, but I'm converting that so it's in assembler. So it's a big job that I just need X number of hours to concentrate on, and then I'd be able to get it done. As my little dog's doing something silly behind me. But anyway, everybody always comments they like my dogs. Alright, that's probably enough waffle for this month. Hope you've enjoyed this monthly update. I actually enjoy doing these monthly updates and look forward to them. Don't think I could handle doing them more than once a month though, but maybe that's where the Retro Homebrew Community News will come in to allow me to do some mini waffles throughout the month. So hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks to all my subscribers. Make sure you check out those 3 YouTubers that I shouted out in the 10 questions, and also Herbieass007 channel as well. And I'll catch you all next time.